Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for giving part of your night to be with us here and to hear our singing. We're so thankful to be here live for you at the JCA once again. Isn't that awesome, you guys? We're really appreciative of our administration and of the staff here at the JCA for helping us to make this work. And we're really excited to share our music with you. We have a couple of things we'd like to remind you about before we start. Please silence your cell phones if you have them with you today. Now, I know there was like a scanning thing that lets you see the program to the concert on your phone. If you're using that, that's awesome. Make sure that the sound is off on your phone so it doesn't go off in the middle of the concert. Please make sure, if you have young children with you, please keep them supervised throughout the concert for their safety and out of respect for our performers. If you do have to leave the house for any reason, we'd like you to do so between songs. And please use the rear exits if you have to leave. Please don't use the ones on either side. We actually consider this to be part of the stage during a performance. So if you could use the back exits if you have to leave, that would be awesome. At the conclusion of the concert, we'd like you to please exit the building immediately. The reason for that is we have another concert happening later tonight, and we kind of have to recycle the audiences so that we stay underneath our person limit for the space. So if we could have you exit immediately, that would really help us out. And in fact, we're going to dismiss the group first, and they're going to go straight kind of outside, and they'll meet you right out there. And hopefully the rain has stopped. I know it was kind of drizzly earlier. But we're going to have me out there so that you guys can exit right away, and then we can get things ready for the next concert. So, I want to introduce our staff that are here with us tonight. And we have a couple of really special people that I want to thank before we even get started. So, we have two really special people over here that are helping us tonight. Our junior high accompanists, Mrs. Beth Sweers, who plays for this group, and Mrs. Andrea Pohler. Will you help me recognize them? Our accompanists contribute way more than simply playing the piano with the administrative things that they do for us. They also contribute much needed motherly influence with your kids every single day. And we just really appreciate that about them. I want to introduce one person to you that has been working with us kind of briefly over the last couple of weeks, but has been here in Jenison for a few months. He's actually student teaching with Mr. Carmichael at the high school. And I don't know if when I was in college trying to student teach, I don't know that I would have been able to do it. Coming in for the first time into an educational setting where stuff is happening, like what's happening this year with all of our things going on. But he's just really taken things in stride. He's been an awesome student teacher, and he's going to be playing guitar for us tonight. So help us welcome Mr. Bolz. I don't think that they're here tonight, but we want to make sure that we recognize and thank our elementary music staff here in Jenison, because we could not do what we do in the secondary without these really special individuals. And so I want to recognize them. So Brianna Van Houten, Carter Goldstein, Diane Schrems, and Maura Willie. They give our students a love for singing and a wonderful skill set so they can make amazing music with us here at the junior high and then at the high school. Will you help me recognize them wherever they're at tonight? Thanks again for coming to support us tonight. So we'd like to start with a spring tradition of ours, and that is to sing a traditional medley of all of the 5 Armed Forces songs. And we use this as an opportunity, even though we have a smaller audience here tonight than usual, we'd like to recognize any of the veterans or service members that might happen to be here tonight, or their spouses, too. So we're going to sing all 5 songs in this order. We're going to start with the Army, and then the Marines, and then the Navy, and then the Coast Guard, and then finally the Air Force. And when we sing your song, we would love it if you're able to do so, if you would stand so we can recognize you and we can honor and thank you for your service to this country. So we're going to start with the Army tonight. Do we have any Army service members or vets in here tonight? If you could stand, we'd love to recognize you. Right? How about the Marine Corps? Any Marines in here tonight? The Navy. Any Navy people in here? The Coast Guard. The Air Force. One more big round of applause for all our veterans and service members. Thank you for your service. Awesome. Okay, so our next song, Bright, was originally by a band called Echosmith. And we really like this song for junior high choir because we find the range works really well for younger voices. It's kind of right in their comfortable sweet spot. And they really like singing it too. So we find we use it every few years. After that, we're going to sing a piece called Dance, Dance, Dance. It's a piece that tells a story about a violin player in Eastern Europe. It has a lot of words. And just like many folk dances, it speeds up at the end. So third hour, would you raise your hand? Okay, third hour is going to be singing one of the two parts. And fourth hour, raise your hand. Fourth hour is going to cover the other part. And we're going to bring up Mr. Bolz to play guitar on Bright. So we really hope you enjoy Bright, and then Dance, Dance, Dance.
I think the universe is on my side.
So each year at our spring concert, we provide several opportunities for our 8th grade students to be featured as a soloist. They prepare an entire song to perform, and then they go through a competitive audition process to earn their spot. Because we're doing things a little differently this year, and we have 3 smaller concerts rather than 1 large concert with every choir, we decided to divide up the opportunities so there was 1 featured performer for each concert. And we have an outstanding guest performer from the 8th grade bel canto choir with us tonight. And her musical leadership has been invaluable to our program this year. She's been an incredible example for both her section of choir, but also a great example for these younger students who are going to have the opportunity to go for this next year. As 8th graders, they'll be eligible. So I'd like you to please help me welcome Felicity Michael to the stage, playing and singing the song Rainbow by Kacey Musgraves. is called Skylark and Nightingale. And this one is a favorite of mine, and it's been a favorite in the choir program for a long time because it provides the singers with an opportunity to really sing expressively, and this group sings this piece so beautifully. But it also features several of our students playing hand chimes throughout the piece. The chimes represent all of the black key notes on a piano. So if you've ever done the hot cross buns on the black keys of a piano, all the notes that they're playing are those 5 black keys. And the song is designed so that any combination of those notes sounds really good together. And so it produces a really cool effect when they do the hand chimes all at the same time. So you're going to hear really long, expressive musical lines in this piece, and this group just sings and plays it so beautifully. Enjoy Skylark and Nightingale. Do all my chimers have their chimes? Okay, just making sure. It gets to be a little emotional, you guys. We music people, we just, we're emotional people. So this group is going to do a quick stage change for our final piece of the night. So far tonight, you've heard them sing in unison, which means they're all singing the same part. Then they sung in 2 parts, with one class doing one part and the other doing the other. And now we're going to sing in 3-part harmony for you. Soprano ones, would you raise your hand, please? Soprano ones. So These singers over here, they cover the highest notes of our chords that we're singing tonight. And they have to work really, really hard to get a nice, clear tone. Because the highest notes of the chord are always the ones that your ear perceives the most. And so we notice little things really easily. So they work really, really hard to be nice and clear. Soprano twos, seconds, raise your hand. So the seconds have the middle notes of the chords. And in many ways, they have the toughest job. And it's because on their right is one part in one ear, and on their left is another part completely different in the other ear. And they have to hold on for dear life to their middle notes and not get sucked in one way or the other. And we worked really hard on that. And these second sopranos are an outstanding section. They worked really hard. It's been great. The altos, raise your hand. So our altos, they sing the lowest notes in a chord. And they're really the foundation of three-part harmony when we sing in three parts. If we don't have a strong foundational core of altos, it makes it really hard to sing in harmony. And we have really great altos in this choir. And I'm really thankful for that. So in our final song tonight, you're going to hear all three of these sections sing together in harmony. And before we sing our final song, I'd just like to say one more thing. This has been a really outstanding group this year. While it's been frustrating not to be able to give them our typical choir experience, these singers have persevered through it all and shown up each day, ready to love music and enjoy making it together. They have a delightful sense of humor, they have big hearts, and they make my job really enjoyable. I've definitely had days where I've had a sour outlook due to our challenges and our circumstances this year. But this group never fails to bring a smile on my face, change my attitude, and inspire me. I'm really proud of what they've accomplished this year. Thank you for encouraging them to sing. They've been really great to have this year. So can we give them a round of applause? Our final song tonight is I Can See Clearly Now, which I think many of you might know. And remember, at the conclusion of the song, we'd like you to exit the building as soon as possible, and then we're going to dismiss the choir first. And we really thank you for coming tonight and supporting us. This is I Can See Clearly Now.
I can see all obstacles in my way.
guys are switching back to their two classes, and then in a minute I'm going to dismiss one class at a time to meet you outside.
Pretty amazing. Don't usually get the privilege of warming up in front of an audience, so thank you. My name is Carmichael. I'm the high school choral director, and I'm so lucky to be in concert with you all tonight. So thank you for coming, and we hope you enjoy tonight's concert. It has been 15 months since we've been in the JCA together, so welcome back. It's good to have you back. The recording sessions that we did over here were fun, but it's not nearly as fun without you all. So thank you again for being here. Just a quick reminder, I know we use the cell phone a lot in order to get to this place that you're at now. If you could just double check to make sure it's on silent so that there's no ringing or anything that happens in the concert. Many of you probably have it up for the program, and that's totally fine. But if it could be on silent, that will help out to make sure our performance tonight will be just the sound coming from the stage. Another thing, if you're going to take photography during the concert, if you could also make sure that your flash doesn't come on. I know on my phone, since I've updated, the flash just automatically comes on at times unless I make sure that it's off. So if you could make sure that the flash does not come on, that will also help not keep the distractions to the minimum for our performers as we get back into this thing called concerts. Another reminder, tonight's concerts are being recorded. We have two awesome videographers that are set up tonight and planning to record the whole concert, so it will go out on YouTube here shortly as well. If you could make sure that if you have brought your children with you tonight, if you could make sure they're supervised at all times and for their safety out of the aisles and just respect for the performers. If you have to leave the house for any reason, please do so between songs, and also use the rear entrances instead of the aprons over here. At the conclusion of the concert, we've been talking to the Treble choir through this as well, but we're going to exit immediately afterwards. Usually the lobby is a great place to meet your performer, but not in the times here since there's a reduced capacity for that space in the auditorium. So we'll head on out to the parking lot and outdoors. Totally a fine place to congratulate these wonderful singers behind me. It's my pleasure to get to introduce the staff. I'm lucky to talk to you, but tonight's concert wouldn't have happened without the staff that have put in countless hours to make this all possible. And I'd like to start with two people that don't like any recognition, but they deserve a ton of the recognition. Please help me thank Camp Kuiper and Brian Bennick back there doing the live stream, the sound, the lights, all of the things. So many different protocols and cleaning policies that they've created in order for us to be back together again. So thank you to both of you. The next person I'd like to introduce tonight has been with us since January. He is a student he was a student at Western Michigan University. He has recently graduated, and his name is Mr. Dewey Bolz over here. Mr. Bolz has been a student teacher with this group and our other high school choirs, and we have really come to respect him and come to just welcome him as a part of our family. It's been great to have him, and he has been so well prepared to come in and face the challenges of not only teaching and managing a class, but also doing so while having to adapt to COVID protocols and what's teaching online like at the same time while teaching in person. It's been a great year to have you, and you have shown so much adaptability over the course of this semester. The other person I'd like to introduce and welcome tonight, many of you are familiar with already because as your child went through the junior high program, you got to see him often, but he's making sure that the QR codes are filled out and directing traffic in the lobby. Please help me thank and welcome Mr. Kyle Cain. And you'll get to hear her a lot in her musicality tonight, but in addition to her keyboard skills, she is also an excellent administrator and helper to make sure that all of the things that have to happen behind the scenes happen. Please help me thank and welcome Miss Deb Allen. They are not here tonight, but tonight's concert is possible because of what these students receive at the elementary schools, kindergarten through 6th grade. I am so thankful to work with these amazing and talented teachers, and we are happy that they're not here because they also need a night off. They are Mrs. Van Houten, Miss Goldstein, Mrs. Schrems, Mrs. Willie, and we are appreciative of their time and talents every day in the classroom. They give our students a love of singing and a wonderful skill set, so we can still continue to make music. Without further ado, let's get to our first piece. This is Blue Skies, written by Irving Berlin. Next up, I get to welcome Mr. Bolz to the podium here. He's going to be conducting a piece called Homeward Bound. is called Jai Ho. It's from a movie a while ago called Slumdog Millionaire. It was like the title song of the whole movie. And it comes to us from the Bollywood tradition. So this is the culture of India. And this has been so much fun to get to work on with these fine young students behind me because they have been so open and willing to take in a different culture. There hasn't been that like, oh, this is so not us, this is not what we're used to, this is so different, or this is so weird. No, it wasn't like that. It was, what is this all about? Let's learn more. Let's figure out how to do this different language. So it has been a lot of fun to get to work with the Treble Choir on this piece. So I hope you enjoy Jai Ho, and then I'll get to introduce our feature performers next. introduce themselves and what song they're going to be singing, but it has been a joy to get to work with these two featured performers coming up. They're going to perform a duet for you. You guys can have a seat. Good to go there. Let's see, make sure we got microphones on here too. I'm very excited for this. And from Wicked, right? Oh, such a great musical too.
Hello, my name is Salma Lefrid.
And I'm Clare Michael, and we're going to be singing For Good from the musical Wicked, accompanied by Bethany Scudder.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It will maybe that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now, whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in the distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the wind off the sea, like a stream that meets a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed
going to round out our program with one last tune for y'all. This is a song called I Will Lift My Voice, and it is written by Andrea Ramsey, who actually did her doctorates in Michigan State University, so not too far away from here. This is a great song that we've been singing since the beginning of the year. It kind of started off our year, and I'm really excited that it kind of ends our year as far as concerts go. So we'll sing this last one here, and this one has the girls' originality on it too. They'll break into harmony at the very end of the piece, and those harmonies were kind of written collaboratively. We kind of decided on them and kind of thought about what sounded good together. So they are not only singing this piece, but they also have a part of it in creating this piece as well. So let's get standing, and then let's do a switch around here for the altos. And just so you can kind of see the makeup here, soprano ones, will you raise your hand? There's the top part of the chords. Soprano twos, raise your hand. There we go. Hardest part to sing, always. And then altos, raise your hand. And those are the altos as well. Okay, here's I Will Lift My Voice. Oh, and when we exit, just don't forget to bypass the lobby and head straight outside. Thanks again for coming. It's great to see you all. Thank you again. Have a great night.